Hello and welcome to Race Tech Radio. Race Tech Radio is a weekly podcast based on racing and technology news. I'm Yannick Martin and alongside me is Justin Ritchie. You can read all the stories we covered today at racetechradio.com. And quite a show we have today.
We have an adventurous show, I must say. First, we have a little racing results.
Yes.
From the past weekend, we had A1GP results, and we have IRL results.
A1GP that we haven't seen in quite a while.
Yeah, actually, it was the 25th last weekend, but I wasn't able to catch it because Speed kind of doesn't show it live, so I didn't even know what was going on. So anyways, we will bring it to you this weekend, and it's the first thing to talk about, A1GP in Mexico City. The sprint race, which was only 12 laps, Malaysia came in first, Great Britain in second, and Australia in third. Australia getting some points. That's good. 4 retires for that race, which is a shame, but hey, what can you do? In the feature race, which was 45 laps, Great Britain came in first, USA in second, and South Africa in third, and only 1 retire. So, isn't that fascinating?
Yeah.
It is fascinating. Germany, nowhere to be seen. We will go over the standings next episode. Or next race, rather. Yes. That would be better, because I don't want to just bring it up out of nowhere. Anyways, on to our favorite, of course, the IRL. The Honda Grand Prix of St. Petersburg.
Yes, first road course of the year.
That is, and some controversy, but hey, it's coming. Alright, so, the starting row is Elio Castroneves and Marco Andretti. That's in row 1. Second, that's pretty good for Marco.
Yes.
He has a very original style. Well, not very original, but it's rather different. He takes the corners from a wide stance. So, I don't know. He did alright, but you can see when he was right behind Elio, you could see the differences in pace. But he was staying on the pace for the most part. Second row is Dario Franchitti and Scott Dixon. What? What's wrong with that? Are you not excited about that?
No, I mean, he's far back. Isn't he?
He is far back.
That won last year?
No.
No? Are you sure? Oh, no, he won at Infineon.
Yeah. I'm not sure who actually won last year. But I think it was Elio, was it not?
Yeah, possibly. I don't know.
Yes, it was, in fact. I have no idea because they have 2007 winner. Okay. Anyways, in row 3, we have Darren Manning and Tony Kanaan. Tony Kanaan actually crashed during the qualification, but he did end up retaining his 6th position, you could say.
Yeah, surprising to see Manning that high, though.
Manning was kicking ass this race, but we will talk about that a little later. So Tony Kanaan did fix his car. Also, Dan Weldon also crashed. I believe that was during the practice. But he had to switch cars, so he ended up in 14th. Anyways, the next row, of course, is 3rd, but Darren Manning and Tony Kanaan in 6th. 7th and 8th, Sam Hornish and Thomas Scheckter. In the 5th row, Vitor Mira and Kosuke Matsura. He had some troubles this race, let me tell you. 6th row, Danica Patrick and Jeff Simmons. 7th row, Buddy Rice and Dan Weldon. The 8th row, Scott Sharp and Ed Carpenter. And the 9th row, and final, AJ Foyt and Sarah Fisher. Sarah Fisher still a ways back. Not doing all that great, but you know what? She's finishing races. So that's very important for her. Alright, so here we go. In the first lap, Yannick, Dario Franchitti clipped Tony Kanaan and spun him. Oh, is
That's
correct.
No good.
More damage done to Dario, so he had to pit. He had a front wing all fucked up. And Tony Kanaan, he just had to wait for the traffic, and then he came out in the back of the pack. No real problems with this car, but I believe he did fuel up on that yellow. Simmons, same hit, same corner. Jeff Simmons, hit Matsura and spun him. Not only but he spun him, but he also hit him again in the nose. So he broke the hell up out of Matsura's car. Matsura had to be towed away to the pits, and the car was repaired, and he came back on lap 15. It was funny because he was talking to ESPN. They were interviewing him about the crash, and he swore. He said fucking. And they didn't catch it because, I don't know, maybe his accent? And anyways, and then later on in the race, ESPN said, we apologize if Matsura said a curse word, but we couldn't tell because of his accent. So that's an honest mistake. I thought it was funny. I'm like, dude, I would be pissed off too. Not only did he hit him once, but he hit him twice, and that's 2 races out of 2?
Yeah.
This time he didn't get retired, but he did come back 15 laps down. So I would be pissed off.
Of course.
Lap 28, here came the yellow. Matsura ran off and stalled in turn 7. Not a good race for him, as I said before. So pretty much had to get him restarted and onto the track. And that yellow lasted not very long, but long enough to fuel up and so forth. On the 35th lap, just before going green, what happened was Elio Castroneves was behind Dan Weldon, which was in first, and he bumped him in the rear. And Weldon almost lost control completely, but he did lose 3 positions on the straight. Elio, what he said on the radio was he was blocking him, but the hit wasn't intentional. So, I don't know what you could say about that. It was funny because they talked to Chip Ganassi, and he was like, I don't understand why they have to resort to hitting us. Can't they just do a clean race? And it was rather funny because he's like, that was dirty. I thought that was funny. On lap 37, there was another yellow. Vitor hit the wall because he lost third gear, and he wasn't able to slow down fast enough. So he was able to keep it running. He brought it into the pits for a front wing, new front wing, nose cone thing, and a gear fixing. They had to fix the gears. The gearbox, right? Because if you lose third, I don't know. In a road course, it's very important for your slowing down.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm surprised you lasted that long without third gear. On the 45th lap of 100, another yellow came out. Carpenter dove down on AJ Foyt and had some contact. It sent Carpenter into the air, and he broke several things when he landed.
Things.
Yeah, he broke the suspension, pretty much everything, probably a couple bones. Well, it wasn't that much, but it was like one of those hits where you're like, oh man, he's landing on the tires. Is he gonna flip, or is he just gonna bounce back down? And unfortunately, he did bounce back down, and we didn't see a rollover. So that was, a yellow. So he was the only one to retire this race, and that was because of that. I'm not sure how that happened between teammates. Definitely different driving styles. Carpenter came out wide, was diving down, and I don't know. Maybe he was planning on going too wide?
Maybe.
That's almost like a chicane there. It's not very smart at all. Anyways, next thing that happened was Jeff Simmons on lap 52 ran off. Simple, got him restarted. But on the 69th lap, Simmons locked the rears and spun. and something went seriously wrong because he did a very, very slow lap back to the pits. And the final thing that happened was on lap 74, there was a yellow. Darren Manning spun and stalled the car, and he was in 4th position at the time. Of all the cars, he probably did the best. When you think about it, it's a small team, not much money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Darren Manning, he was up to 3rd at one point, competing with Marco and Elio. He was in 4th for a good deal of the race, and it was just unfortunate that happened. It's really a shame. But he did very well, and now on to the result. Alright, so Elio Castroneves did win. He led 95 of 100 laps.
A lot.
That is a lot, is it
most
not?
Of the race.
That is that is most of the race. That is dominance, as we saw last race. Maybe it's gonna be like this the whole season, possibly. Scott Dixon came in 2nd, Tony Kanaan in 3rd, Marco Andretti in 4th, Dario Franchitti in 5th. So a pretty good finish for Andretti Green.
Yes.
Thomas Scheckter came in 6th, Sam Hornish in 7th, Danica Patrick in 8th, Dan Weldon in 9th, Buddy Rice in 10th, Scott Sharp in 11th, Darren Manning in 12th, which, he was running so strong for the whole race. It's a shame that he had that problem near the end. AJ Foyt in 13th, Jeff Simmons in 14th, Sarah Fisher in 15th, Vitor in 16th, and Kotsuki Matsura in 17th. Ed Carpenter, of course, did crash, so he was retired. Still earning $37,000, though.
Yes.
Not a bad day.
As much as Masura. But why not? They need money, so.
You know what, Matsura, I feel his pain. Dude,
yeah.
That's the 2nd time. There's only been 2 races. And both races, he's been nearly taken out because of the... oh, man. I think he should have swore if he didn't. Anyways, 100 laps, 80 of them were green, and 20 laps were led under caution.
That's a lot. It's a fifth of the race.
That is a lot. 11 racers were on the lead lap. So next weekend is Formula 1 and Champ Car, the World Series. We were thinking of doing a Champ Car special, but I don't think we're going to do Champ Car this year.
It was planned for this week, but really we don't know all that much about the Champ Car this year. It seems dark, hidden. There's a race this weekend, though.
There is a race this weekend.
Las
Funny
Vegas.
enough, Dominguez is going to be signed to Forsyth for the first 3 races.
Dornbos made its way to Champ Car too.
That is fascinating.
Yes.
He's also, is he not going to do...
I think he's supposed to be a test driver in F1, though, but I don't know if he's going to fulfill this test.
I'm pretty sure he's still with Red Bull, but...
Yeah.
We'll have to see how that plays out. But it is funny that Dominguez is signed again after he crashed Paul Tracy 2 times out of 4 races. Good to see the boys in blue getting along.
Yes.
Hopefully this I don't know if I'm going to watch it, though.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's hard to say because I'm not all that captivated by the racing itself there.
Yeah, Champ Car, in my opinion, I've lost a lot of interest in Champ Car. Kart used to be much more interesting before the IRL Champ Car split. But now Indy, in my opinion, is just much better. It seems more like a show in Champ Car.
Yeah, that's true. Catherine Legg is one person without a ride so far. So hopefully she can get herself a ride. Let's also talk a little about Milka Duno. She is planning on coming to the Indy 500 this year. Out of all the women, I would say Catherine Legg should hop into IRL and get on the Indy 500 way before Milka should.
Yeah.
Now the problem is...
Well, she has more experience. Legg has more experience, that's for sure.
With open wheel.
Yes.
And I believe she's actually a good driver. Milka doesn't even drive that much. She has teammates in DP. So that's the thing. They're going to rush her into this. And I don't see her going to be, a competitor, or a very good person to be beside. A previous teammate of hers said that she's not very good running side by side. And if you can't run side by side, I don't think the IRL is a very good place for you.
Yeah, but there's a difference between the kind of racing she does. I forget the name of the series she runs in.
Grand Am.
Yeah. There's a difference between side-by-side Grand Am and side-by-side open wheel and side-by-side oval open wheel.
That's true.
It's all different, really.
That is true, but why not get her used to open wheel cars first and then put her in the Indy 500? You can't just go in there just because you have a car and a sponsor.
Well, that's what the rules require.
That is true. That is true. But it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
She is going to be a hazard to the track. Like,
well, many people are hazards on Indianapolis.
yes, that's true. But why encourage another one? Anyways, she is. All they're wanting to do is have 3 women in the Indy 500.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers, of course, Sarah Fisher gets enough time in the car that she can actually beat Danica Patrick this year. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
It's funny because they were talking about Danica Patrick during this race, and one of her teammates said that she's very calm. And last race at Homestead, they didn't let us hear the audio from her cockpit when she crashed into the wall coming into the pits. And I got to hear it this time. And that's not one calm human being. She was very, very upset. I think she was in tears. She sounded like she was crying. She said, "I don't know what you guys want me to do. You guys aren't communicating. I don't know. I can't hear you," and all this stuff. And I'm like, wow, that's not very calm to me.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought that was rather funny.
You heard that on the
ESPN?
broadcast?
Yeah, on TSN. They actually showed that.
They're fucking TSN guys.
Oh, let's talk about TSN.
Another
Alright,
race that I missed. Just
so
because
let's see.
of them.
Let's see what time the race was, right? This race was at 2:30 p.m. in Miami.
No problem in that. That's fine.
That's fine. You have all day,
Showed on ESPN Live for the Americans and those that have it.
Yeah.
But rebroadcasted here on TSN. First of all, it's not live. And
Not
second of all, it was at a fucking 3 a.m. Eastern.
3 a.m. 12 hours later.
On like the Sunday night to the Monday night. Monday, like Sunday to Monday night. At 3 a.m. Like, who would watch it at 3 a.m. on that night? Jeez.
Now, luckily for me, I live in the Pacific, so it was only at midnight for me. And I tell you, those last few laps, I was getting really tired. And I'm like, I can't believe they're showing it this late. Okay.
Ridiculous.
Here's the thing. No more side-by-side either. No more side-by-side. That's what I really liked when I first picked up the series.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see the race no matter, you got to see the whole race.
Yes. Well, that's the thing, too. I don't know what's up with TSN these days. It's the same thing in F1. They used to, last season, they started this the side-by-side at the beginning of the season last year. And RDS, the French channel, which is here, decided to do it halfway through last season as well. And this season they're still doing it. But TSN stopped. I don't even know when they stopped, but it's just ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
You're missing, like, there's so many commercials now on TV that you're missing sometimes at least a quarter of the race sometimes.
You don't want them to become like Speed, where, oh, we'll just go to a commercial, and who cares that, the spiker just blew up.
Yeah.
I can't believe how terrible television is getting. This is why, what's funny? I spent my whole day avoiding any site that would tell me who won the IRL race.
Mm-hmm.
And then, 10 minutes before the race, turned on the TV, sat down, watched SportsCenter. They told me who won. I was so pissed off. They told me who won, Yannick. I was so pissed off. Anyways,
don't we all love SportsCenter?
Let's find out what happened on Sunday, which was so important that they couldn't show the race live, or at least in a time frame that people could actually stay awake. All right. So at 12 a.m. in the morning, the Ford World's Men Curling Championship, Canada versus Finland. I can see a market for that. People want to see the curling. I don't get it. It looks very boring, but people watch it. SportsCenter at 3 a.m., SportsCenter at 4 a.m., SportsCenter at 5 a.m., SportsCenter at 6 a.m., and then on 7 a.m. it was TSN, the reporters with David Hodge. Okay, 7:30 a.m. was the 2007 Ford Men's Curling Championship, Canada versus Denmark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I watched part of it.
well, there you go. 10:30 a.m. was the NASCAR. So was 10:30, right? That lasted until 3. 3 o'clock came on SportsCenter. 4 o'clock, Molson, Canadian Leafs Hockey, Toronto versus Rangers. They got their asses kicked. 6:30, again with the curling, Canada versus Sweden. Do they do all this in one day? Like, is Canada actually curling that much in one day?
No, I think the ones in the morning were rebroadcast, because those were on Saturday, I think. I think they do, like, 2 matches a day or something.
Oh, okay. And then at 9:30 was the 2007 ATP Masters Series Sony Ericsson Open Men's Final. Tennis. My favorite, okay? That's fine if you're going to show it at 9:30. But you only show an hour and a half of the final. The final, Yannick.
Mm-hmm.
They came in halfway through the second set. What the fuck is that? They show 3 hours on Tuesday. They show 4 hours on Wednesday of all minor semifinal. Well, not even semifinals, quarterfinals. And you're like, oh, okay, let's watch women. I don't like watching women, but that's okay. I'll watch it and wait for the men's. And it's ridiculous. They don't even show the full final. The final is the reason why you wait.
The final comes in the time in their schedule where they don't have the time to show it all, when they have time to waste during the week.
Dude, it was in the morning. It was in Miami. Okay, they didn't play it at midnight. Okay, it wasn't a night match. Anyways, for those of you who care, Djokovic won in straight sets, 6-3, 6-2, and 6-4. Anyways, that pissed me off. And then SportsCenter was right after that, and then after SportsCenter, at 12 o'clock in the morning, was the IRL race.
Finally.
What the hell? NASCAR? NASCAR I can see, I guess, if there's fans.
There's a bigger NASCAR market, especially in Canada, than IRL, I guess, because IRL isn't as popular as it used to be. But seriously, showing it at that late is ridiculous, and it's the only time they will show it. They won't re-show it during the week, and that's even more ridiculous.
That is because I can understand, okay, we have no time today, but you know what? Later this week we can throw it in when we're showing, Score Golf television. It's crap like that which makes me hate this channel so much. Anyways, that's TSN for you. But
But
I don't know. I was going to say something too. I totally forgot. Anyways,
oh, that's good.
that's all for the IRL news.
Yes,
It was a fun race. It really was. Lots of yellows. The most in history, I believe, for St. Petersburg. It's kind of a slow track. You know, you're going like 90 miles an hour in some turns. Yeah. But anyways, it was fun to watch. The next race will be Montague, and that's next weekend.
Yes.
All right.
There's one thing I saw though, which is cool. Is this year they've added again the feature to watch it live on the website, but it's not the actual race like presented on ESPN or whatever. It's the actual onboard cameras. So you just skip from car to car with the onboard cameras. Some shots are cool, like by the wheel.
Did you like the
suspension
the Danica Patrick nose cone?
Yeah, the nose cone one was nice.
That was nice.
The Dario Franchitti was
yeah.
by the wheel. It was that was just an awesome shot. And the feature they've added this year was they've added the commentary too. So it's basically the TV commentary and the onboard cameras. So sometimes the guys talk about stuff you don't even know what's happening because you can't see it. But it's a good thing if you have the TV open at the same time, because you can see like onboard cameras at the same time as the TV broadcast. But it's basically unwatchable to see just a race on there. I watched 10 laps of it. And
10 laps. 10 laps out of 100, right?
Yes.
You got to start watching the show because I can't do this alone anymore. But nonetheless, it's time for news, which is your expertise.
I guess this week, my turn. Anyways, in the we could say car theme.
Car theme, of course.
Yes, New York with their big automobile stuff they're releasing these days. There's a lot of cars with the New York preview, and the Subaru Impreza WRX was basically kind of released. The 2008 model, the sedan one. It's basically, in my opinion, I find it's a much better car than the 2007 one. It looks a lot better. Major improvement.
This is according to looks.
Yes.
It looks better. It's no flying vagina. That's better. It kind of looks like a Malibu.
I still can't. I have trouble picturing the Malibu on there. I find it's a mix between the Mazda Protege and the Toyota Corolla.
I see the Mazda in the headlights.
Yes.
Not sure about the grill. Grill almost looks Chrysler.
Yeah, that's true, man. Yes, it does. But the side, if you look at the side of the car, it's basically, it kind of looks of it like a Corolla with the skirts on, or a Matrix without the back.
The rear end is hideous.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet, though.
I think the tail lights are white, right? They're the silver tail lights. Terrible look for it.
Yeah.
Not really liking it.
No, that's something they should have worked a little bit more on. But it's not too bad, though. There's a 5-door model.
Yeah, with the hatch.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
I like that one, but the lights still don't work there. But it's a definitive improvement since last year, though. The
for sure.
2007 one was just hideous. Oh man,
hideous! I tell you.
I saw that and I was like, "What the fuck did they do with the car?"
Exactly.
And
but
they did that with all their models. The grill in the front was like,
what? A flying vagina! I tell you.
Oh man.
Now this is an improvement, but I hope they don't keep this look very long. I hope they just use this as a stepping stone to a actually decent look.
Well, I like it.
Would you buy one?
Probably not, because it looks a bit too ricey.
Ricey?
Yes.
Imagine that, a little too ricey. A Subaru. Subaru Impreza WRX Hill Climb. Imagine that being a ricey car.
The hatchback doesn't look as ricey because it doesn't have the skirts all that much, but the sedan one has. Oh, it just looks so freaking ricey. I hate it.
For those of you at home, what is the definition of ricey?
You don't. Oh, ricey is basically. How could I say? It's faking racer look. It's basically when you. Don't tell me you never heard that term.
Oh, I've heard it, but it's had more of a racial overtone, at least from where I am, of course.
I see.
What is that little thing in the front? You see, like it's like a little rectangle. What would you? I think that's for the license
on the
plate.
hood?
No, in the front.
Oh,
in the
on
front.
the bumper. Yeah, that's for the license. That's for a license.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I don't like it personally. I like the thing
It's
on
not bad,
the hood.
but it should drop the skirts though. Like the side and the rear skirt should go.
Yeah.
'Cause if it's supposed to be a 4x4 car because that's basically what it is. But an all-wheel drive car, and being like rally-esque, they took the rally feel out of it and put a kind of sedan street ricey feeling.
It almost looks like a Honda. If you don't look at the nose and you look like from the mirror back.
Well, if you look at the doors,
it looks like a Honda. I like the hood scoop. That's nice.
It's okay. It's big. It's rather big though.
Yeah, it is. It's rather wide. So by the way, just to get something out of the way, I was wondering about the YouTube version of our show.
Yes. I was thinking about the YouTube version recently as well, and it should be up in not too much time. Probably a week or two. I'm gonna try to get the old versions and this version back up, except they will be much simpler than they used to be at some point. So it's simply gonna be the audio.
Oh, really?
With a still picture, because it makes so much. I don't have all that much of the time as I used to have. So basically, it's gonna be the audio simply available on YouTube. So it's gonna allow for more people to access the show.
Yeah.
Get people on YouTube that wouldn't get to know us.
Yeah.
But there won't be much visual activity.
All right. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering, because we're talking about a car here.
Yeah.
And it may be difficult for some of you to imagine this. Can.
All the links are on racetechradio.com, so just go into the show notes and look for this 2008 Subaru Impreza. Click the link, and there's a nice little small gallery.
Yeah.
So
very small.
You'll get the feel, like what, 5 pictures or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It has the hatchback and the sedan models. So.
I don't mind it, but I don't know. I wouldn't buy it.
Nah.
It's an improvement, but it's not much of an improvement.
Yeah, the interior is not too bad, but it looks too much of a Siri car.
A what?
Just
a series car?
yes.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't know what that means, but we will move on to the next story.
Yes, so next story on the list is EMI Music on iTunes, now DRM-free and higher quality. Yes, so the company EMI, or EMI, whatever way you like to say it, has decided, well, there was rumors for a few weeks now that EMI would do this, and now it's basically pretty much official how they've sealed the deal with Steve Jobs with Apple and all, that EMI would offer music on the Apple Store DRM free. Now the company realized that they weren't succeeding in all their DRM piracy preventing thing, and that people dislike DRM a lot. So they said, then why not put it non-DRM then? But there's one thing, a little catch. Most songs on iTunes are sold at 99 cents. Or
99
$1.
cents.
Yes, but those are usually 128 kilobits per second and AAC format.
Are they really?
Now,
I thought they were in MB3.
no, they're AAC, I think. Well, maybe. Well, you can convert them, I guess, to MP3
Okay.
and stuff to get the DRM out. If you like, put them on a CD and then bring them back, but that's just like a waste of time and stuff. But now, iTunes will still offer these songs, the 128 kilobits DRM songs at 99 cents, but also they will be offering the new non-DRM tracks. Now, the catch here is that the songs are a little bit more expensive. They are $1.29 each, so there's a 30 cents increase. But not only do you get DRM-free music, the quality is higher. Instead of being 128, it is 256 kilobits per second. So it's basically double the quality.
Now, for you, is that a noticeable difference?
There is, in fact, when you think of it, because music, if you try to get it like on the internet, most often the most popular format is 128. Now that's okay. Usually most music are like that on that bit rate. It's still good. It's hearable and all, but often you can find 192 kilobits or 320 kilobits per second. That's even better.
Yeah.
The sound quality is definitely better as the bit rate goes up. So the 320 bit rate, when I can find music that high, just the sound quality is just great. You can hear basically every sound in the song that you wouldn't necessarily hear in the 128 versions.
Makes sense.
For example, when I import my CDs, I import them in 160, so there's a little higher quality than the 128, so you just get a little better taste.
A little
but
better.
Now, the non-DRM tracks will be offered at 256, so it's basically two different things, two good different things that you get for 30 cents more a song. Now, would you pay that 30 cents more for non-DRM and twice the quality of the rest?
Personally, yes, I would.
I would too.
Because everyone that wants to switch, like say you want to go to a Zune, but you can't because, iTunes has locked your music to their specific, proprietary bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
This way, you can have it DRM free, you can put it on any MP3 player available, and they're not locking your music. Because why are they locking your music in the first place? When you buy a CD, it's not locked. So why would I go out of my way and buy something online which I don't have a physical copy of, just so it can be locked down?
Some are locked though. Some CDs have very high anti-copying stuff where you have so much trouble taking them out of the CDs. You have to import them with the integrated software, and they come out in WMAs, and then you're like,
and then that's a band you avoid for the rest of your life.
I know. Foo Fighters has that.
Well, the Foo
Fighters. And I was like, what the fuck? I had to download the songs to be able to put them on my iPod. It was just ridiculous. So I have the CDs and the downloaded songs. So just
see, now this is the thing.
They
always thought that DRM stopped people from stealing. It doesn't stop people. It doesn't.
It even stops them from using them regularly.
It stops honest people from being able to play their music how they want and when they want. Pirates, if you're a pirate, you're going to get around it. There's no slowing down pirates. Pirates are unstoppable.
Arr.
Yes. That's true. Because seriously, they're not, slowing down anyone but the honest user.
Exactly.
Because now they're pushing the honest people out to, now they have to find out how to get, get a crack or what have you.
So true.
It is so true.
These pirates will... whatever you're going to do, there's always going to be people trying to find ways to get things free.
Yes,
That's
there are
just
people that are going to
human
steal
nature.
their whole life, and it doesn't matter how cheap or how accessible it is, they will still get it illegally.
Yes.
So why even try when that's not even your market? Anyways, that's good because it's both Microsoft and
Yes.
Apple.
They're not losing any money, so...
Exactly.
But, follow up on this, the Zune and the Zune Music Store and the Microsoft Corporation, with the big announcement that EMI and Apple did there, will they be the next to do the same thing? That's the question, really. Microsoft hasn't really said if they're going to do that or not, but rumors are speculating that maybe they could drop DRM, maybe they could not, because we know that through the Zune store, it's basically the same thing as the Apple Store used to be, how you could simply not move it along. You had to use your Zune because of the very high DRM levels of them. We know that Microsoft used to be rather DRM-liking company. We know that they are doing everything to go against piracy, especially with their OSs. But basically, Microsoft were asked regarding the Apple EMI announcement, and Microsoft's response really said that consumers have indicated that it's important for having DRM-free music so they could use it on different things. Like, Microsoft is trying to please a lot of people, but at the same time they're not. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
I hear you.
But yes. So Microsoft general response with regard to the DRM. I'm going to read the quote. Regardless of the outcome of DRM for music downloads, DRM technologies will still have a key role in enabling businesses involving digital content. Subscription music services are a good example. They use DRM to enable consumers to have unlimited access to literally millions of music tracks. Other areas include the delivery of high-quality content, such as movies, I should say. Our role continues to be to deliver flexible DRM technology that provides choice for the content owner and how they distribute their content, and choice for the consumer so that they have access to a wide variety of high-quality content and ways to enjoy that content. So,
I like subscribing. I like that idea. But I don't like the idea that once you stop subscribing, your whole music collection is gone.
Yeah, that's definitely a bad
It's like
thing.
renting music. And the problem I've always had with MP3s is that it's $1 a song, and, there's 18 songs on a track, that's $18 a CD.
Well, often you can get it for $15 or something at this
exactly.
store.
And it's better quality, and you have the physical copy yourself to move it wherever the fuck you want it.
Exactly.
So this is why I don't think I would ever buy music online.
No, I wouldn't.
I don't see the need for myself to do it, because I can go to the store and get the music I want.
Exactly. If you're to pay for something, I really want it I want it physically.
Yeah.
Basically.
Because what happens if you reformat like I do all the time? I lose my music.
Exactly. And if you have it on the official CDs, well, you have the quality, you actually have the songs for almost forever, and you have the feeling that you actually paid for something.
And real fans usually like the cover art and stuff like that.
It's always a plus.
That is always a plus.
So, back to this Microsoft thing, they're trying to bend the consumer ideas, how they kind of understand that consumers want DRM kind of very flexible to the point of not having any, yet Microsoft is still trying to cling on the DRM idea. Seriously, I don't know if the DRM battle is going to continue for that long, especially seeing the EMI and Apple agreement that they will remove the DRM stuff.
It will definitely push more people to iTunes.
That's for sure.
I would maybe buy a track or two if it was something I didn't want to play in my car. Mm-hmm. If it was, something like that where it goes straight from my computer onto my MP3 player. If it's something like that, then maybe I would buy a track or two.
But basically, Microsoft still a lot of work to do to
Yeah.
be able to get a good opinion from the general public.
Well, that's difficult to do because the public is rather picky.
Of course. Always has, always will be.
Also, a little quick note. It's totally off topic, but we were talking about it before the show.
Really?
Aston Martin.
Ah, yes.
Was purchased, back in last month.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah, by the British whoever. David Richards, I think his name is. Anyways, it was like $500 million. Now, he is thinking, because he removed his cars from the American Le Mans series. All the Aston Martins are gone.
Mm-hmm.
His plan, what he wants to do, is going to Formula One.
Not another one.
Aston Martin, though. Aston Martin in Formula One. That is a racing heritage. I think that would work. It's better than Kia.
Hyundai, Nissan, Audi.
Okay, Audi I can see.
They all want to go into F1. It's just ridiculous.
You know what's funny?
Mm-hmm. Peugeot wants to come back too, I think.
Peugeot would be a brilliant, it would be a natural rivalry between Renault. It would be great. I was listening to Dave Despain this weekend on Wind Tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And he posed the question that does the manufacturer really matter anymore? Now, this is on the Speed Channel, so they were mostly revolving this question around NASCAR. And if the NASCAR is in question, that does the make and matter? The answer is no. Because all the cars of tomorrow, right, look the same. Mm-hmm. The only difference is there's a Chevy logo, there's different taillights painted on, there's different headlights painted on. Mm-hmm. That's the only difference. And there are, 20 Chevys? There are 30 this. That's the thing. In NASCAR, it doesn't matter if it's a Chevy or a Ford because no one even notices.
It's all the same car.
Who would
NASCAR, it's like, who cares? You basically cheer for the driver. Because even the teams are hard to follow.
Who would go and buy a Dodge Avenger or a Ford Fusion just because your favorite driver drives one that looks like it?
Even if he would drive, I wouldn't buy one. But
that's true.
That's
true. That's very true, right? But I think it's a little different when it comes to Formula One. Because Formula One, there aren't 20 Ferraris. No. There aren't 14 Renaults.
But yet again, F1s aren't cars.
That's true. I wouldn't go buy a Ferrari because I like Kimi Räikkönen. Right?
That's true.
I wouldn't say you wouldn't go out and buy just because your driver drives that car. Because there is no there is no comparison between the street car and the Formula One car.
So basically, I think that racing brands or whatever don't really have an impact all that much anymore.
They don't have an impact, but you do know who won the Constructors' Championship in Formula One.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit in NASCAR when you have 30 cars under your belt? When there's 2 cars, when there's one team, you can say, oh, that is that guy. That is that guy. Not, oh, this is my guy.
Yeah.
Oh, what does he drive? Oh, he drives a yellow car. You know, like,
Mm-hmm.
I just hate stock cars so much because they aren't stock. They are the furthest thing from stock. And the question is posed that is racing actually important to the automotive industry, where it trickles down into, they learn more about safety, or they learn more about this. And I'm starting to doubt it. In MotoGP, I can see how that is a direct influence onto the next year's market.
Oh, yes, that is one of the racing fields that does have an impact. Because if you see that the motorcycle is the most performing one in the field, and you are a motorcycle fan, you probably will get such a motorcycle.
Yes. And it's not only that, but the technology that is used in building that motorcycle is going to be used later on in the production line.
Exactly.
Where when you're putting on what is it, aluminum body that looks like a Ford Fusion, you're not learning anything about the car. That's the thing. So why is GM sticking around in NASCAR when they're clearly not getting?
It's American.
It's American. That, I guess so. I don't know. I just don't get it. I can't understand who would go, oh, my favorite driver is this, I'm going to go buy a Ferrari. It doesn't compare.
No. Not really.
It doesn't make sense. Anyways.
It's not because I'm a big fan of the IndyCar series that I'm going to go buy a Honda.
Oh, dude, Hondas are nice, though. Hondas are different. Hondas.
I don't necessarily like the Hondas all that much, to be honest.
That hurts. But you know what? That's true, because the Indy cars are, I would say, about nothing like a Honda Civic. I would take the stretch, maybe the brand of tires or the brand of engine. Other than that,
you can buy Indy 500 Firestone tires. You can buy those. I saw those. But
that would be nice, I guess.
Yeah. With a little logo on the side.
But you see what I'm saying? There is no reason to be in racing other than a marketing machine. That's the reason why people are into this. But if the marketing is no longer working, what's the point? I buy premium gas, but I don't buy Shell premium because Ferrari uses it. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't use Vodafone. I don't even know what Vodafone is.
Vodafone is a phone company.
Yeah.
Like O2.
Yeah, I know it's a phone company, but is it voice over IP?
It's a regular phone company, cell phone like Rogers here.
Wow, they dump that much money into racing?
Yeah,
that just seems ridiculous to me.
Well, O2 does it with BMW, Dell, Intel. They all do that.
Yeah, well, I guess. Anyways, sorry to take us off track a little, but that was an important note. Aston Martin in Formula One.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
it's too long to say.
Dude, if they brought a paint job like the Jaguar, or like even their Aston Martin from Le Mans, that would be an awesome paint job. That would probably kick everyone's paint job's ass.
It would kick Honda's one.
Yes, that's for sure. I really hope they reconsider that soon, because, oh, man.
That's just ridiculous.
Oh, by the way, another piece of Formula One news. I'm excited about this, and you should too.
Oh, really?
The tires.
What about the tires?
There's now a white stripe around the whole tire on the tread, so you can see it from the Skycam. You can distinguish.
See? I told you that was a good idea.
That was a good. Well, I don't know. It depends. It depends if they're just marking it with chalk or if they're actually putting it into the rubber and it's
I hope it's in the rubber. If it's just the chalk, like barely one lap and it's gone.
Yes, but I hope it's like
those
thick.
stickers just disappearing like just wheel spin.
I hope it's thick. I hope it's in there so we can see it after 12 laps. That's what I'm excited.
Which is which, though?
The striped is the soft, I think. No, I think it would be it would be the soft, because soft is the lesser of the two that you want to use quick, right? So, that's exciting. So now we won't be wondering in the pit stops. Finally is correct. By the way, next weekend is the next race, which is very exciting.
Malaysia, is it?
Yes, I think.
Malaysia's always great. Rainy. I wonder if it's gonna rain.
I'm not sure.
It would be funny.
Anyways, on to the next story.
Being Microsoft unveils the Xbox 360 Elite.
Dude.
Elite. Or whatever way you
can
wish
say
to say
elite
it.
like an English person would.
It's elite. I like Elite. Did I say Elite?
Yeah, you did. And that's
sounds cool.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I do write tire with a Y, so.
Well, I do too, because I understand the difference between tired and tired. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyways, if you were to ever use the word tired, as in the wheel, it would make more sense if you used a Y. Anyways, the Xbox 360 Elite, it's black.
Yes.
It's black.
It is black. It's more than black. It has they've added a 120 gigabyte hard drive on that one.
Now, not only is it available for that, but it's also available for any 360. So it's just the top thing. And you know what? I hope that this 120 gigabyte drive is quieter than the ones before.
That would be a good
because
thing.
that's why people hate Xbox Live for watching movies and television. It's so fucking loud. And why is it? It's because of those cheap laptop hard drives. They need to put a decent hard drive in there, and that way you can listen to your music, watch your TV and what have you, and not be disturbed by the fucking jet engine in your living room. Hopefully they're quiet.
Yeah. Well, let's hope they kind of thought about that.
Let's hope so.
If they didn't, well, too bad.
Well, they must have got a lot of complaints. Because even I have. People are complaining to me about it.
So basically the casing is black, a matte black finish. Some people don't like it as much as the white one, because the white had a little glossy effect.
Yeah.
This one is simply plain black.
I think I like the white, personally.
Yes.
Personally.
Makes it a little bit more different.
It's dusty in here, so I wouldn't want a black one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that would be a selling point for me.
Black is very dusty.
And especially matte black.
Yes.
Anyways.
One thing, though, they didn't do was they didn't add the HD DVD drive in it. So it's basically the same Xbox, just with a new covering.
Alright, yeah, I see that.
So you still have to buy the little HD DVD extension thing to plug it in.
And the price is so much more, just for black, really.
Yes, the release is $479.
Yeah.
$479 US for this new model compared to the $399 one that was like almost 2 years ago, a year and a half ago when it was released.
And these are American prices, have you?
Yes. It's cheaper than the PS3, that's for sure.
Well, come on. Your car is cheaper than the PS3. But, it's good that It's black. I guess it's like kind of like how Apple has been selling black exclusively for markup prices.
Yes.
But here's the problem.
But
The Elite.
it's more of a marketing thing because it's basically the same. It's basically the same console.
It is pretty much. But here's one thing: the Elite will only support 1.2 HDMI standard, so it won't have the 1.3. If it would have had the 1.3, it would have enabled True HD or Dolby Digital. That 5.1 stuff. So they really missed the ball on that.
Yes, they did.
But hey, what can you do? So
it's black.
It's black, and it's a bigger hard drive. So if you have an Xbox,
don't change
it. Just
keep it.
Go get yourself $100 120 gigabyte hard drive. Put that in there, and now you won't be afraid to download 4 gigs for one movie, right?
Yeah.
You won't be afraid to put all your music on there. That's the problem with a 20 gigabyte drive. You can't do anything with that. Like, it's different with the original Xbox.
Or the one without the hard drive, which is actually cheaper.
Well, that's stupid. Who the fuck would buy
nothing
that?
on there.
If you're that
I
cheap,
would.
don't. No.
I would. I don't even. Why would I need a hard
Dude,
drive
are you
on
kidding
my
me?
console?
You would have to save your games somehow.
Yeah, but doesn't it has a bit of memory?
No.
Like, why?
That's why Xbox was so great in the beginning, because it had a 30 gig hard drive. But now that the Xbox 360 is a media center, 30 gigs is not enough.
Well, I wouldn't mind because I'd basically just save my games.
Well, yeah,
like
you're different. See, me, I would
because I have a computer. If I want to download stuff, I'm gonna do it on the computer.
But dude, here's the thing: you can download movies, you can download videos, and then watch them on your couch. This is where the Apple TV is getting its ass kicked by Xbox 360, because you can sit on your couch, buy a movie, download it, and watch it instead of going to your computer and downloading it and syncing it and then watching it on your TV.
You sync it. You can burn it on a DVD and just like listen to it on your Xbox.
Hey,
there's plenty of alternatives.
Listen, this is a whole lot less work, and Xbox is a media center. It's a
But yet again, you don't have a physical copy of your movies or whatever.
It's on a hard drive, though.
So?
Yeah, but it's on your hard drive, and
if it's on your hard drive on your computer.
Hey, listen. This is different because you can't move that from your computer screen to your TV. You want to sit on your couch and watch
Oh, you
a
can.
movie.
TV connectors.
Okay, listen. That's going a little far. You need.
I have a video out on my video card.
Yeah, well, not everyone has that. Plus, the cables are how much?
S-Video. It's a simple RCA plug on there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, enough of that. I would buy the hard drive and the hard drive alone, but, dude.
What?
Dude. It
What?
is. I think it's time to fucking buy an Xbox. This week.
It's tempting. Every day it's getting more tempting.
Grand Theft Auto, the new trailer came out.
Yep.
Looks pretty fucking awesome.
Oh, yes.
And I think I'll be buying it along with table tennis.
For the Xbox?
Yeah.
Oh, man, jeez. The Xbox getting tempting.
Dude.
You see, I'm not much of a console gamer. I'm more of a PC gamer. But I'm just looking at all the games on the Xbox that are coming out, and man, is it tempting.
I think on like November or December or something like that, when Grand Theft Auto comes out, I am probably buying a Xbox. Of course, I'll read the reviews, but I miss Grand Theft Auto so much. I miss Driver. I miss all those fun games that I'm just not playing anymore. I miss it.
Good times.
Good times, in fact. Good times are coming to the end. To the end!
Yes.
Sega is to stop their Dreamcast and Saturn support.
I didn't even know they still did.
Me neither. But it's a terrible day. But did you ever play Dreamcast?
Once.
Once? Were you blown away?
No.
What the hell? Why not?
Dude.
It was ahead
Did you
of
see
its
the
time.
Dreamcast?
It was ahead of
Like
its
the-
time. It was better than the N64.
Well, it's the first that came out with the 4 plugs. But I mean, geez, man, the controllers were like 6 foot.
Oh god. It was.
They were as big as your head.
I didn't understand the screen in the center. That I
No,
didn't
that made
get.
no sense. Really.
But you know what? I loved
What?
Echo. You remember Echo, that little dolphin game? Where it's no, no one did. Anyways, Saturn was ahead of its time, but Saturn, they're still supporting that?
Apparently.
See, that's what I don't get. Where's the big demand for support?
I don't know. I'm amazed warranties were stretched this far.
Yeah. Anyways, they will be cutting off all the repairs and all the support for the systems on September the 28th.
Well, they wanted to help a lot of loyal people, I guess.
Yeah.
Even if they probably don't even play that.
There
anymore.
are some diehard people with
Yes.
but
Isn't Nintendo owning Sega now?
I actually do not know. That's a question for Wikipedia, not me.
Yeah, that's what I'm searching right now.
Yeah.
Because I think I read that somewhere.
What is Saturn?
But I forget.
What is Sega doing?
I don't know. I think they're almost dead. Maybe that's why they're stopping all the support. If they're not dead yet, they're planning to die.
Sega. The last Sega game I played was Sega GT Online 2003. And that was like a Gran Turismo for the Xbox sort of thing. Before Forza came out. That was a decent game. Other than that, I don't know what Sega has been doing recently. It's a shame because, they were a diehard company that, everyone knew for, of course, that blue guy. And that's about it, right? So it's a shame to see them go. And that blue guy's name is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Basically, Sega simply stopped making all their consoles. They're making a few games, but basically that's all.
Well, they have
They're
been
in the game industry. That's all.
Well, they have been making Sonic games. I know they had. I think they have one for the Wii. But I don't know. I think they're shutting their doors pretty soon.
Yep, they've made a few games. They're basically like making almost 3 games a year, basically, almost. No more than that.
It's not looking good. Oh, they had Metroid, didn't they? And Donkey Kong, right?
I think possibly yes.
I guess. Well, I don't know. Are people still into those old games though? Who wants to play
Yes.
Metroid?
Oh, dude. Maybe not Metroid, but Donkey Kong, man, is a favorite.
Donkey Kong.
Not my favorite. I don't like Donkey Kong all that much, to be honest. But my friends, man, they're always talking about it.
Really?
It's
something
it's
to
the
talk
time
about.
where it's old school gaming coming back. It's funny with the emulators and all.
Yeah.
Good times.
All right. Well, I guess that's the end for this episode. Really, we went a fair bit over time, and here I was worried we wouldn't have enough stories.
Little Justin.
Yeah, well, you never know, really. Especially if you keep missing races like this.
Dude, that's not my problem, okay?
Well, you got to get a VCR or something so you can record these.
Well, I have one. Well, they're not really working anyway.
VCRs. Who's using those anyways? Anyways, that's it for this edition of Race Tech Radio. You can, of course, read along all the stories we've covered today at racetechradio.com.
And you can email us for whatever reason you feel like at racetechradio@gmail.com.
I gotta love Gmail.
Yes, always good.
Always good. Alright, so
Gmail is easy, simple, and has a lot of storage.
a lot of storage. I also like the Google Calendar. That's one thing.
Yeah, that's
The thing I would like is if I could export the calendar as an iCal and then put.
Can't you do that?
If you can, I gotta do that now because.
Didn't you say you did that the other day?
No, I didn't say that.
You had it on Linux, you said.
Oh no. What I was offering to the people was I would save the iCal from my Linux Thunderbird, and not from Google. Yeah. All right. So that's it for this episode.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Bye.